For a romantic comedy movie, I often would, be expecting a 1 hour 30 minutes, movie. But Your Place or Mine is 1 hour 51 minutes, like almost 2 hours. Was every aspect of the movie relevant to the story? Was it? Okay, welcome to the channel. My name is Beverly. If you are new here, do want to be part of the 1,000 and counting subscribers, and turn on your bell button so that whenever I post a new video, you, my friend, will be notified. So Your Place or Mine, played by Reese Witherspoon, who played Debbie, and Ashton Kutcher, who played Peter. Now, the way the movie started, for me, I knew where the movie was going to end. I knew how it was going to end, especially when Peter's girlfriend broke up with him after, that long call with Debbie. So I wasn't surprised how the movie ended. I mean, I knew, perhaps you also knew, that the movie was going to end with the two of them ending up together. But then how they were going to end up together was what kept me to watch this movie. I like the way that they communicated. They are worlds apart, and they've been talking on the phone, on the laptop, FaceTiming and all those kind of things. Now, to be friends for 20 good years, talking almost every day, and you are in love with this person that you are talking to, and you never mentioned for 20 good years. Like, I want to find out, is it possible for someone to be in love with someone for 20 years and they're in constant communication and none of them said a word, especially the guy? He didn't say anything. I mean, I'm saying especially the guy because in our culture, is the man who approaches the woman. Okay, so is it possible? Like, can it happen like in real life? Maybe 5 years I can say yes, but 20 good years, come on guys, 20. Do you know someone who is in this position? Charlie, I'm praying for that person, because for 20 years you are keeping your feelings within you and you're not even acknowledging that you feel that way. Peter was like, me and Debbie no, but we saw that a rude awakening when Debbie brought Phil to Peter's apartment. I mean, how do you also bring a man to your friend's apartment? An apartment is giving you to go to school for a period of time, and you go out and then again get another guy, and then you bring the guy to the house. I mean, who does that? Who does that, Debbie? Who does that? So that rude awakening that he saw when they accidentally turned on the camera or activated the camera, that rude awakening that he saw, and I was like, so finally this is all you needed for you to come to the realization that Debbie is the one you are in love with, like you are in love with him, and then it's time for you to tell her. I was like, why must it get to this point? Now, the chemistry between Peter and Debbie, it's like they do things at the same time. Normally, these things happen in romantic comedy movies, so it was like, it wasn't anything extraordinary, it wasn't anything new, but the fact that they had this kind of chemistry, if they are talking or if they are in a shower, even when Peter was in the shower, Debbie was like, are you in the shower? Are you like having this time? And she was like, no. So they even caught what each other was doing at a point in time. They had this great chemistry. They knew what the person was going to say. They could read into the words and sentences of each other. And if you get somebody like that much, what is preventing you from dating? I mean, the people say that like date your best friend or marry your best friend, it makes it easier. So if she is your best friend, why are you so afraid of saying what you feel, of telling her how you feel? Why is it difficult? Why is it a problem? Why is it difficult? Get a vim and tell her or him, if you want to take that step. If you're a female, you want to take that step. I mean, get the vim and tell him how you feel before another lady or another gentleman comes to snatch the person away from you. I'm just saying. If you look at how Peter just like left everything, he was like, oh, don't worry, you've been there for me, you've picked me up from rehab like not once, twice, 3 times, whatever time, I also will be there for you. When you often like, I have to do this particular thing, but the excuses, who's going to take care of my child, who's going to do this when I'm away, it's I like the fact that we saw that Debbie had to take a chance on her. She was like, okay, I have to do this. Some of us are stuck at one place. We know the next step to take, but we are afraid. We are making excuses. We are not doing what we're supposed to do, not taking the action we're supposed to do, just giving excuses. And we saw how Debbie's friend Peter came through for her. Sometimes when someone comes through for you, sometimes when someone, does this on your behalf, you're able to also explore the other world. So I like the fact that Peter came in for her. That's friendship. That's the benefits of friendship. That's the relevance of friendship. You can't just be in someone's life and then add nothing to the person's life. It's not acceptable. Yeah, you are just wasting space in the person's life. Talking about friendship, Minka, the lady Debbie met, how do you flow easily with someone? She's someone who easily makes friends with you. She will just, she comes and then she's flowing with you. I mean, you are the ex of Peter, and you just come and then you are just flowing with the person, even encouraging the person to tell Peter how you feel and all that. Hey, does it really happen? Now, a problem that I have is the gardener who was in the movie. I didn't see his relevance to the story. Did he add anything? To me, no. Did he subtract anything? To me, no. If he were not to be a part of the story would have worked anyways. The story would have worked anyways. I don't know why he was in there. I mean, look at the conversation he had with Peter. There was no sense in that conversation. There was no sense in it. I don't know why he was in there. I don't know the role he was supposed. I don't know the touch he was supposed to add to the movie, the flavor. I don't know why he was in there. But to me, I don't think that he played any relevance. He added anything relevant to the movie. Honestly, I don't see his relevance. I don't see anything, because if Debbie is traveling and the gardener cannot be the one to take care of the son, and you don't, you can't just leave your child for him. I mean, what was he doing in the movie? What was he doing? Just cutting flowers? Okay, so I didn't really understand his role. The relationship between Peter and Debbie's son, I really like it. I really like how Peter warmed up to the boy. He knew nothing about taking care of children. He knew nothing about that. So the way he warmed up to the child and then also made him do something that he always wanted to do was quite amazing, was quite interesting. Now, going back to Debbie, if you're looking for your jeans, look for it in the wardrobe, on the furniture, something. But you go and then once, when she went down on her knees, she just went straight to where the Peter had kept all these things and pictures and memories that they've had together about her in the envelope. So I think that part was also kind of off for me. Okay, it was off. He just wanted her to get to that thing. I think they could have made it better, for her to find that. Maybe open the drawer or something, but to go on your knees to look for a jeans where she was looking was a bit off for me. But then, we all got the idea. They wanted her to see that Peter likes her so much. Peter had this feeling about her, and so she also was like, oh, he kept this too, I also kept this, and that kind of a thing. So the realization, Peter feels this way about me, but then the acceptance, she wasn't really sure. And the author that they introduced, the author is nice. I was rooting for the author. At the same time, I was like, okay, I really want Debbie and Peter to come together. So at a point I was torn. I didn't know who to root for again, who Debbie should choose, but at the end of the day we saw who she chose. Now, how they ended the movie, when Debbie found out that her son was injured and she was shouting at Peter, it's like, leave. All of a sudden the two of them were at the same airport. Debbie had to fly over and they met at the same airport. Did Peter know that she was arriving at the airport, or because they just wanted it to end at the airport, all of a sudden they happened to be there? I mean, that one too. I mean, it's a comedy, so you just let some of these things slide. But they had this banter and then they expressed their feelings to each other. So as I said, I knew how this was going to end. We all saw it from the beginning, so it wasn't anything new. It wasn't anything surprising to me at all. What I really like about it is the fact that the writers wrote that and they lived happily ever after, and she was like, no, just kidding, marriage is hard. I mean, that is some truth, and I really like that aspect. They live happily ever after. No, it doesn't happen. Marriage is hard. Marriage is difficult. We've seen it. We've seen our parents. We've seen these unions and stuff around us. So I like that part, that they made it real. They really were realistic that marriage is hard, and then they had to work their way through it. So yeah, rating this, I think I would go like I would do a 3/5. Yes, I will. How would you rate your place or mine? Leave that in the comment section out of 5. Okay. And so yeah, I'll see you again next time. Do all to like this video, do all to be part of the 1,000 counting subscribers, and do all to turn on your bell button so whenever I post a new video, you, my friend, will be notified. I'll see you again next time. Bye. Take care. Your place or mine on this channel. Bye. Hi, pictures please.